What's going on, Wannabe Fresh here, and today we're going to keep it simple and elegant. That's right, I'm going to show you guys and gals how to get the Super Saiyan Rose, or some like to say, Rosé Goku Black custom home screen, so stick around. First off, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of stuff, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos this year, so be prepared for that. And if you like the video, make sure you guys drop a like. But without further ado, let's get started. First thing you want to do, you want to go to the App Store and download a couple apps. So the first app we want to make sure we have Gradient Maker. And it's this app right here. It's free, so make sure you guys get that one. The next app we want to get is called Pinterest. I'm sure you already have it, but if you don't, make sure you download this app. This is where you're going to download the photos from. And the last app we're going to download is called Pro Knockout. And it's this app right here. It's also free. It's also one more app we need to download, and it's called Color Widgets. This is a widgets app that we're going to be using. A lot of people use Widgetsmith, but I really prefer Color Widgets. I think there's a lot more customization options in this app, so make sure you guys get that. After you download those apps, you want to go over to Pinterest, and the link should direct you to my board. And here we're going to open up the Super Saiyan Rose board, and it's only 2 images in here, not too many, so don't get worried. So we're going to download these images by clicking the image and then going to the top and hit these 3 dots in the top corner, and you hit download image. Alright, then we're going to go to the next one and do the same thing, download image. Alright, cool. Next thing you want to do, we're going to go over to Gradient Maker and get our wallpaper set up. So before we choose the color, we're going to go down here to these sliders, and we're going to slide this start X all the way to the right, start Y all the way to the right, end X all the way to the right, and then end Y all the way to the left. After you do that, we're going to click color 1, and we're going to change this to a purple color. Something like that looks good. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we're gonna hit save, and then go over to color 2, and I'm gonna pick a pink color. Not too dark pink, but close to purple pink, but something like that looks good. I'm going to slide this slider right here to the center, top center of the screen. See how that looks. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to hit save, and it saves it to our photos. So I'm going to go over to our photos and set that up. So go to the wallpaper, hit the button at the bottom, and hit use as wallpaper. I like to turn perspective zoom off by pinching the screen, and I'll hit set, and I'll set it as both. And there's our wallpaper. Next thing you want to do, we're going to go over to our Pro Knockout app. And here we're gonna go into this row right here, and we're gonna scroll all the way until we see sticker. We're gonna hit sticker, and here we're gonna hit mine. This is where all our stickers are gonna be after we make them. So I'm gonna hit this plus at the top corner, and I'm gonna start with the Goku Black image. Here it is. Right now I have the auto cutout checked, and if you don't, make sure you guys check that. It'll be blank if it's not, so hit that. And I'm actually gonna start, yeah, I'm gonna hit auto cutout, see what that does. Actually didn't do too bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of this stuff by I don't know if you can see, but like down here got erased, and up here some of the white highlights got erased as well, and then we have to erase some of this white that I forgot to get rid of. So I am just going to fix that. So I'm going to go over to this restore button at the bottom, and here's our little paintbrush. So I'm going to zoom in by pinching the screen and just painting over that area. That should be good. I'm going to use 2 fingers to move up and fix some of this stuff. And I'm going to change the size of the brush by hitting the size slider, and I'll move it down some. Just try to get as best as I can. 2 fingers to move. Gotta make sure I got the eyes good. Nothing got deleted in there. And then I'm gonna go and erase this top section. So change this down and just delete this. Change the size again, zoom in a bit. See, I accidentally deleted some by pinching in, so I can just hit this undo button at the top, and it looks like it just undid everything, but that should be okay. Get to fix that. So change the size of the brush again and just get in there, delete all that. Looks good. Zoom in a bit. And just fix this a little bit. This app isn't the greatest, but gets the job done. So now that I have that, I'm gonna hit this move, and I'm gonna pinch the screen so I can see everything. There we go. I think it looks good. I think I forgot a part here. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that really quick. There we go. Back to move, and it looks good. So as you can see, this says 2% or 2 degrees. So as we were pitching it, we rotated it. So to fix that, you can rotate it back to 0, or you can go in here and type 0 to change it back. And hit this button to center it in the screen. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit next. We don't have to worry about anything here. We can hit this button at the top, and we're gonna save that as a sticker. There we go. We're gonna hit exit and go to manager, go to mine, and here's that sticker that we just created. Now we're gonna go ahead and set the clouds as a sticker. So we're gonna hit the plus sign again and hit the clouds. Here I am not going to do the auto cutout. We can see how that looks. So we're going to try a manual cutout. So I'm going to hit this move button at the bottom and just move the image so I can see all the sides, and then hit magic cutout, and then manual is selected. So right here we're going to just trace the image. So I'm going to go out here, this part of the clouds, we're going to trace over. So I'm going to click it and Just try to get as close as possible. Don't actually like trace over the edge of the cloud. So we go here. And we pinch the screen so that we can see every side of the cloud. So now that looks pretty good. That's actually what we want exactly. So we're going to hit the next, and then here this is kind of like user preference, but since this is clouds, you know, you kind of want it to have a blur effect. You don't want to have sharp edges like this. So I may, yeah, go ahead and I'll just move this to about 49. Yeah, 49 blur for the edges, and then hit button at the top, and I'm going to save this as a sticker as well. Exit and go to manager, hit mine, and here's that one that we just created. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to our photos, and this very first cloud, the one that we downloaded, we're going to hit this one and hit edit. We're going to hit this third button from the bottom, and then we're going to hit this button here, and we're going to hit square. I'm going to leave it at that. So this is going to be the background for our apps. This is also going to be the background for our Goku Black image. So we're going to set that and hit done. And we're actually going to go back to Pro Knockout, and we're actually going to set that up now. So we're going to hit the image of Goku Black, and that's set at the foreground. So we're going to go to background, hit this button here, hit photos, and we're going to select that image that we just made a square, so our original image. There we go. So now I'm going to just click Goku and just move him over to the side, because the widget that we're going to put this image in has the time on this side, and we don't want the time to cover up his face or anything like that. So we're going to move it over. I'm actually going to move it over just a tad bit more. Something like that looks good. So I'm going to hit this check mark and hit save, and save it as full size. Yes, format JPG, resolution normal, save as draft. Yep, and then hit save to album. Okay. So now I'm actually going to set up the color widgets that we're going to be using. So we're going to need 2 small widgets, and the rest are just regular apps. So we're going to hold down on the screen, hit the plus sign at the top corner, sorry. And we're going to go down to color widgets. And this is a small, medium, and large widget. We're going to use the small widget. We're going to do that one more time. Color widgets, small widget, add widget. So we're going to hit done. So now we're going to go ahead and click this first widget, and we're going to click this widget here. Here we're going to change the background photo to the image we created. So I'm going to click this, hit choose, and there we go. We're going to change this theme to this white here, and change the font to the second one right here. This isn't the layout of the widget that we want, so we're going to hit change widget, and the one that we want, we're going to make sure we're looking at the small widgets by clicking this button at the top and hit small. The one that we want is this one. And if you want to keep the battery here, you can. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the battery. And this is our widget, so I'm gonna hit set widget. And there we go. And we set it as that photo. There's actually 2 more color widgets that we need. We need 2 more small ones. I don't know how I forgot that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those right now. So like I said, hold the screen, click the plus sign at the top corner, and go down to color widgets. I'm gonna hit add widget for the small one, and do that one more time. Color widgets, add small, set that. Alright, so for this one, we're going to make it a simple clock. This one, we're going to have the weather. And for this one, we're going to have some phrases or some text that Goku Black has said, some quotes, so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. So we're going to open it up and hit this plus sign to add a new one. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to add a photo. This photo is just going to be the original cloud. So we're going to hit that, hit choose. And then we're going to change the widget. And the widget we're going to use is this one right here. And as you can see, it has a little crown. Before, this was free, this clock or whatever. But I think now that this app's getting more popular, they made it premium version. But I can kind of show you guys how to get around that, so you don't have to pay a dime if you don't want to. So I set it as that, and that looks good. Make sure you have the white selected and hit set widget. As you can see, they want you to upgrade to the pro version. You know, you get a lot more options. You get unlimited widgets, icons, 100 exclusive themes, weather accuracy, so on and so forth. So they say you could try it for 3 days for free, and then after that it's $20 a year. So like I said, if you don't want to buy it, I would say go ahead and do the 3 days for free. Download as much as you can, and then make sure you cancel it before that 3-day mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, so I went ahead and did the 3 days free, said I'm all set, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna hit continue, and looks like I had to go back and do the whole process again, so no worries though. You're gonna click the new widget, hit add photo, hit the clouds, hit choose, and then hit change widget, and we're gonna go down and hit this clock. And this is how it's going to look, and it looks perfect. So we're going to hit set widget and set that as widget number 2. So now I'm going to go back and add another widget. Oops. Plus sign, another one pops up. So I'm going to go ahead and click this one, hit add photo, make it the clouds, and then scroll down and hit change widget. And this one we're going to have the weather app, so we're going to use this. And then I'm going to change the font just to stay consistent. So hit this font. That looks good. Hit set widget, and I'll set it as widget number 3. There we go. We go back, and there it is. And the last one is going to be just quotes from Goku Black. So I'm gonna hit add photo, add that image again, and then go down to change widget, and the one that we want is custom text. We're gonna click that, and then I'm gonna change the font, and in here you just want to go to like Safari or whatever and search up some quotes. So I'm gonna go here, and Here, just try maybe some Goku, black quotes. If I were you, I'd maybe just try some, look for some, and just, you know, find some that you like. Copy it to your notes for later. I say choose about 2 or 3 quotes. You know, you don't have to go overboard with that. And I'll be right back for the ones that I have. Alright, I'm back. I just used these 2 that I found online. So I'm going to go ahead and just select this one, copy it, and go over back to color widgets. And here it says enter text here. To make sure we delete this text. And then paste it in. There we go. Hit a check mark, and we're gonna change the font to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4th one. So that looks good. So I'm gonna hit set widget, and I'll set that as widget number 4. So I'm gonna go back. There we go. I'm gonna add another one. And I'm going to add it for the other one that we created. So this image, change widget, custom text, change the font, delete this text. Back to my notes, and then just copy this one over to select, copy, paste. There we go. Hit set widget, and I'll set that as widget number 5. There we go. Now we could go back, and so actually going to add one more color widget. And since we created two quotes, we need a separate widget for that. So go add another small widget. All right. So here we're gonna make this the clock. And I think that is this one. There we go. This one we're gonna set it as 3. I believe it's the weather. Yep. And then 4 is a quote, and 5 is a quote. 6 should be a blank one. So I'm just gonna drag this one on top of this one, and now it's a smart stack. There we go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to get the app icons. So alright, so first thing we want to do, we want to go back to color widgets. And here we're gonna go down to icons. So they have a lot of icon options, like a lot. So what we want to do, we want to use this as a template and add our photo as the background. So we want our icons to be white. So we're going to choose this minimal dark one, click it. We're going to hit edit pack. We're going to change the background image. We're going to hit add photo, and we're going to choose that clouds. Choose. There we go. And we're going to hit save pack. So now it doesn't save everything right off the bat, so you have to worry about that. So as you can notice that we can only put 8 apps on our screen. If you want more apps, you can definitely download all of them if you want to download the ones you want. But I like to keep all my apps on one screen. So I don't like to have multiple screens sliding through. I could just use this little app library. I'm going to add 6 icons, and then the last 2 we're going to make it custom. It's going to look pretty cool. So we're going to go back to color widgets. Oh, actually, we're going to add let's see, 6, 10 widgets from color widgets. So the main ones I'm going to use messages, phone, mail, music. That's 4. YouTube 5, 6, 7, 8. Color widgets, no. FaceTime, yeah. Calendar, Pinterest, yes. Safari, yes. Settings, I can keep settings. You know, you kind of just go through and choose the ones that you want to keep. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back when I'm done. All right, so I got down to about 12. I might not use 2. I'll just determine whichever ones I don't want to use. So I'm gonna hit install 12 icons, and here's gonna ask you if you want to go the route by like downloading a profile, installing it that way. I advise not to do it that way, and just go about downloading the icons as the images and taking it that route. And that's by the save icons to photos. So save the photos. Don't do this download icons. Do the save icons to photos. And color widgets would like to access your photos. Yes, allow access to all photos. There we go. So now if you go to our photos, you can see that I downloaded all those apps, which is nice. So here we're going to go ahead and set those up now. So we're going to go over to our shortcuts. And let's see here. We're going to add a new shortcut. I don't know if you have before, but if you're not, you hit this plus sign in the top corner. You add a shortcut name. I'll just call it messages, yes, and hit add action. Oops, actually we don't have to do that. We can just hit this open app, and then open up our, we're gonna find messages. There we go. Then we hit this button here, and we're going to hit add to home screen. Here's the messages. We're going to click this icon here, hit choose photo, and choose the one with the messages icon. Hit choose, and here we go. When we hit add, it's going to add it to our home screen, and there it is. And you can do that with the rest of your apps. So after I finish that, I'll be right back. Now for these last 2 apps, we're gonna go and edit a photo real quick. So we're gonna go back to Pro Knockout. And here, if you already have this up, that's awesome. You could just go back, and here we would just center the image. So you click the Goku, and then you choose select this button here, and it centers it. And then here we just hit save, and yes, save it to album, and hit OK. But if not, you know, if you started further back, then you would just go back to sticker, hit this image, change the background to, oops, hit this one here, and you choose the photo, and it should be like the very first cloud image, and there you go, and then hit save. So now we're just gonna go over to our photos, and we should have just created one. Here it is. All right, after we get this, we're gonna go to edit, this button here. We're going to hit this button at the top and choose the 16:9 option and zoom in. You can actually here, instead of that, we can go ahead and hit square and just position his face just centered here. So I think that looks good, so I'm going to hit done and then go ahead and go back to, so you go back to shortcuts and you want to add whatever app you don't have yet. So I think I don't have Pinterest. I'm gonna hit Pinterest, hit open app, and here type Pinterest. Oops. This button here, add to home screen, and then for the photo, I'm gonna choose the photo, and I'll choose this image. Hit choose and hit add. And we have it added there. And I'm also going to go ahead and have it added there. So now we're going to go back to our photos again. So I'm going to hit edit button here and just try to line it up as best as possible. So about there. That looks good. I'm going to hit done. There we go. And I go back to shortcuts and add the last app, which I believe for me is my photos. So I'm gonna type photos, open app, and photos. She might have one already, but just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. So photos, oh actually camera, I think it's camera. I'm gonna go back and do that one. Camera, add to home screen, choose the photo, and then choose this one, add, and there we go. We got that little split view. Looks kind of cool. So here now we're just going to line everything up. So I'm going to just drag this down here to here, and then I'm going to drag this one here like so. So I like having these two images down here. Kind of separates it from the image up here. So the last thing we need to do, we need to add the clouds to our background. So we're going to go over to Pro Knockout. And here we're going to click our sticker. So again, I'll show you guys how to get there. In this row, scroll over, hit sticker, go to mine, and hit the clouds. And it's on the foreground. So we're going to hit the background, and we're going to add our wallpaper, which should be this one here. So I'm just going to scale it, make sure it's touching both sides of the wallpaper. There we go. Put it down here, and then add it there. I'm going to make a copy of this one. There's a little plus sign right here on the image. Make a copy of it, and then I'm just going to rotate this one, slide it there, and I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit save and save to my album. There we go. So I'm going to go to my photos, And here we're going to select this one, and we're just going to apply this as our wallpaper. So use as wallpaper, turn perspective zoom off, hit set as both, go back, and there you go. Now you have this cool custom home screen of Goku Black. I'm actually going to go ahead and maybe play around with the wallpaper. Try to get this purple to match this purple a bit closer, and to get maybe a bit closer pink to like this shade of clouds. So I'm going to go over to Gradient Maker, and nice, look for us to still have it set up. So I mean, if not, then you just have to play around with it. So I'm going to choose something, let's see, a bit darker purple. So I might just drag this down to about here. I think that looks good. Hit save. And then for this pink, maybe like a whitish pink. So let's go about, let's see. I think it's a bit brighter pink, so we'll go ahead and, or is it like an orange? I think something like this looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and just save this one as save it to my photos. Then we're gonna go over back to Pro Knockout, and if you still have the setup, that's awesome. Just hit this back button and hit background, and hit this button here to replace it. Hit photos and choose the one that we just created. There we go. Hit the check mark, hit save, save to album, hit OK. Then we're gonna go back to our photos and apply this wallpaper. So, and see how it looks. So turn perspective zoom off, hit set it as both, and have a look at it, and it looks 1,000 times better.